WMCQ winners revealed, Loading Ready Run gets early access to Kaladesh, and Japanese cards are changing. It's September 19th, I'm Jeremy Knoll, and this is Split Second. We begin today with the results of the Orlando Open weekend on the SCG Tour. The main event was won by Florida native and Team NextRich Nexus member Bradley Carpenter, who piloted Infect to his 5th SCG Tour Open top 8 and first SCG Tour Open win. With the victory, Carpenter earned $5,000, an invite to the Atlanta Invitational later this year, but most importantly, 30 SCG points, which catapult him directly into the SCG Tour Player of the Year race. In the Standard Classic, it was SCG Richmond champion Ted Felicetti who walked away victorious once again with Bant Company. Bant Company was the same deck that Felicetti used to win SCG Richmond just 2 weeks prior, so I have to imagine he'll be sad to see Dragons of Tarkir and Magic Origins rotate in just a few days. With the win, Felicetti expanded his lead over Jadine Clomparens, Michael Majors, and Shaheen Sarani in the Season 3 race for the Players' Championship. Lastly, in the Legacy Classic, Josh Katine won with a deck Legacy players haven't seen in some time, Maverick. The green-white creature deck was able to work its way through a top 8 that included 2 copies of Colorless Eldrazi and singular copies of Miracles, Mono-Red Sneak Attack, Grixis Delver, Affinity, and Storm. As players prepare for the Legacy main event in Baltimore later this year, perhaps Maverick will be a deck they now add to their gauntlet. All across the world, players came together to determine who would be the 4th and final representative for their country at this year's World Magic Cup, and once the dust settled and the match slips were signed, there were a lot of notable names amongst the winners. 6-time Pro Tour top 8 competitor Kenji Sumara locked up the final spot for Japan. Valentin Mackel of Austria chalked up his 3rd Magic World Cup appearance this year, having been the team captain in 2014 and 2015. Thiago Saporito of Brazil, Branko Niernik of Belgium, Alessandro Portaro of Italy, and Alexis Lyzanz of Latvia will all be making their 2nd World Magic Cup appearance. On the US front, the finals came down to recent Grand Prix Louisville champion Sam Black and 2-time SCG Tour Open champion Kevin Jones. A close Game 1 victory by Jones, along with an untimely mulligan to 5 in Game 2 by Black, led to the man the Magic community calls Daddy to take the slot down with Grixis Delver. The World Magic Cup will take place in Rotterdam in the Netherlands on November 18th through the 20th of this year. After 4 years and 41 episodes, Magic video series Walking the Plains is coming to an end. In a tweet, Walking the Plains' host, Nathan Holt, explains that he and co-creator Sean Kornhauser have decided to end the show on their own terms. During the run of the show, Nate and Sean have taken viewers on journeys that spanned the globe, bringing their audience closer to the action at Grand Prix events, Pro Tours, and the World Championships. Earlier this year, the duo released a documentary on Magic titled Enter the Battlefield, which can be found on YouTube and Netflix. You can watch the final episode of Walking the Plains on Tuesday at youtube.com/wizardsmtg. Over the weekend, comedy group and video producers Loading Ready Run hosted the Kaladesh pre-release at their headquarters, affectionately known as the Moonbase in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. The pre-release consisted of Loading Ready Run members Graham Stark, Kathleen DeVere, Cameron Lauder, and Adam Stacey, along with Magic the Amateuring podcast hosts Megan Wolf and Maria Bartholdi, TCG Player Content Director Adam Staborski, and Editor-in-Chief of Daily MTG Blake Rasmussen. This event highlighted the packs that will be opened by players this weekend at the Kaladesh pre-release, and hopefully someone at a local game store is as lucky with their pulls as Kathleen was during the event. You can check out the archive of the event at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. Last week, the professor over at Tolarian Community College posted a video of his adventures at PAX West this year. In the video, the professor talks about going to his first PAX, highlighting the Magic play area at the Paramount Theater, the Kaladesh Street Fair, and his thoughts on the spectacle, but also goes over the experience of the convention itself and his history with large crowds. You can find the video over at youtube.com/TolarianCommunity. Finally, over at Daily MTG today, an announcement was made about the new card stock that will be used for all Japanese language cards starting with Kaladesh. The new card stock will be 100% recyclable, making these the first ever Magic cards that are certified as such. The article highlights the differences in the card stock, including a small amount of additional stiffness, and that the cards will fluoresce differently under UV light. The article goes on to say that, as with all variations in card quality, if players are found to be intentionally exploiting them for an advantage during a tournament, they can be subject to penalties. You can find out more about these changes over at dailymtg.com. That's our show for today, September 19th. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest Magic news and strategy. I'm Jeremy Knoll, and this has been Split Second.